David, I have a question. When you read about biohacking, usually it's related to this ideology called transhumanism, so
Yeah,
making superhumans.
yeah, yeah.
And when they talk about that, it's like they usually speak about achieving super intellect or immortality. Let's put in
Yeah,
this word. So,
yeah, yeah.
what's your point of view in this on this?
So I wouldn't consider myself to be a transhumanist, though that's sort of a sticky point of philosophy. Like, I don't hold it against anybody trying to improve themselves. And I definitely think the human race could use improvement. And I'm not against the idea. Like, for example, um, a lot of people thought it was crazy that in China last year, Dr. He Zhonghui, I think is his name, um, genetically modified human babies to make them immune to HIV, basically.
Hmm.
And at the time, everybody thought this is crazy. We shouldn't be modifying humans. This is irresponsible and wrong. And he actually went to prison in China.
Wow.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
Oh,
Um, but my question today, after coronavirus has spread around the world, do we still feel so strongly that modifying humans to make them virus resistant is a bad thing?
that's a good question.
Yeah, that's a great question, actually.
So,
Okay.
one of the things I want to do with my dogs is modify them to be born immune to all the major infectious diseases too, like parvovirus. And I would love to see humans that way. So, making humans that are healthier, smarter, live longer would be good. The issue is availability to me. That's the biggest issue. Is if it costs $1 billion to have like a super baby, um, most people won't get it. It'll be a handful of people, and like some of my experiments, like with my gene therapy, uh, I tested it in mice originally, and I let those mice grow their whole life. And so the mice that I modified lived 14% longer. Um,
Wow.
the most modified ones, so all the I had a litter of mice, and I modified some of them, and all the unmodified mice died of old age, and the only ones left were the modified ones. And from the lowest dose to the highest dose is when they died of old age. So the
It
most
worked,
modified,
actually.
it was, yeah.
Wow. So, what kind of result you can imagine in the future for humans in terms of longevity?
In terms of longevity, I mean, I think what we've been able to do with mice is pretty impressive. We've got mice that live like 5 times longer than normal, but cancer is a big problem. So even if you've modified humans to be able to like have healthier hearts and those sorts of things, there's some things we could probably do immediately that would give you 20% more longevity, things like that, because they basically mirror things like caloric restriction, at least on a metabolic level, and those have been proven to extend longevity. But uh, I would say within the next, say, few generations, we could probably see maybe a 2x increase if we really embrace these technologies. If we don't, it won't change much at all. Um, and But I don't see like living forever in the immediate future. But then that's kind of one of the sort of more transhumanist ideas that people have is where will we get in 200 years? So like if you could live to be 190 years old, maybe you live long enough that they've made so much improvement that you could get there where you get the good stuff where you live to be 500, and then you get, by the time we get there, you get the even better stuff
Yeah,
where you live to be
exactly.
1,000.
Wow, wow. So I'm gonna translate it because it's fucking crazy. I love it. Quindi, ragazzi, stiamo parlando un attimo di che risultati si possono ottenere, come avete scritto qui in chat, dagli esperimenti sui topi che ha fatto direttamente lui, è riuscito anche ad avere un 5x in the mice.
Yeah, something like that. It's like
Ok.
in
Yeah,
some
quindi
experiments.
in alcuni esperimenti sono riusciti addirittura a prolungare la vita dei topi per 5 volte più lunga rispetto alla durata standard, quindi è come dire se un cristiano campa di media 80 anni, 80 per 5 sono riusciti con i topi. E la cosa incredibile è che effettivamente uno degli aspetti interessanti è che se si riescono a fare dei passini in questa direzione, non è che devi arrivare all'immortalità in un colpo solo, perché basta arrivare a magari a campare 150 anni e nel frattempo gli avanzamenti tecnologici di gene editing ti portano a viverne altri 100, altri 200, altri 300 e nel frattempo è così a cascata. Questa è tutta un'idea, è un'ideologia che si chiama transumanismo, che dice proprio che attraverso il gene editing, attraverso proprio diciamo un'applicazione profonda delle dinamiche biologiche, l'essere umano può diventare un superuomo e addirittura ambire all'immortalità. David, what's your point of view about, let's put in these words, biological immortality? Like, what does it mean?
I don't know if like true immortality really is possible. I mean, or let me put it this way. I don't think it's possible with the humans that are alive today. Not without something really extreme, but I think it's possible to engineer a human in the future that would be, because like one of the major things is cancer. Even if you could turn off like the aging process itself, which is something a lot of longevity people focus on, you still are going to get cancer at some point. And so you have to cure cancer first, and you also have to cure Alzheimer's and heart disease and all these other things that you see associated with aging, and especially cancer, because let's say you live to be 1,000. Well, that means your cells have cycled over and over and over again. You've accumulated a huge number of mutations. So you need something that protects your cells against cancer. And if you engineer a single cell, like an egg cell, to be super cancer resistant, like the way elephants are or some other animals, you could grow up a whole human who all their cells were modified. But if you wanted to modify an adult, modifying even a huge number of cells, like 20% of their cells, wouldn't do it. You would just develop cancer in some other part of your body, right?
Okay.
So you would have to be able to modify all of you. And so I think we can create a generation of humans that could live forever. But I don't think we'll be able to just get it unless there's some really impressive changes in biotech in the next few years. Because the issue is it's all delivery. It's like how, even if you can program it to live forever, how do you deliver that to every cell in the body? And so that's the challenge.